Hi, it's Christopher Grubb with House Tipster hosting, and look who am I with? Kelli Ellis.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Sure.
Brag about, people recognize you, know you. Brag about some of the shows you've been on and some of what you do.
Well, I'm so happy at Market. I get to debut one of my shows on the Design Network called Mid Mod Then and Now with my fabulous co-host Christopher Kennedy. And I have another show called Design Therapy, all about design psychology. And I get to work with some of my celebrity clients in Los Angeles, helping them through some of their design challenges as couples.
You also have an expertise in design psychology.
Design psychology is more about the whys of design, not the how-tos. All of us are designers. I have a coaching program, a certified design psychology coaching program. And so it's a very in-depth understanding of why we love what we love, why we choose what we choose, understanding your background, understanding who you are, and really getting to the nuts and bolts of the whys, not just how to make things pretty. So it's very, very fun exploration in color and light and all kinds of stuff.
Wow, impressive.
Yes.
So let's talk about a designer I care about.
Yes.
We're in the Sunpan showroom debuting several products from you and your
Yes.
line. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy.
What was the inspiration for the line?
Well, first, all these pieces are actually named after a woman in my family, and my mother was a huge influence on me, but I'm super influenced by Gaudi. So Anton Gaudi, so do I. So Barcelona is one of my favorite places on the planet, and I just love this. This is actually called the Antony. So because of the curved lines, I try to stay away from too many sharp edges, but you'll see that there's a lot of curve and movement. I like it to feel fluid.
Let's talk about metals because
Yes.
you have chrome, you have gold.
I do. I always have the mix, even with the fabrics. I think it's what makes things interesting, you know? So when we tell people how to style a bookcase, you put your metals, you put your woods, you put your different finishes, you have some books, so you want to mix it up, right? That's appealing to the eye. So too is the room, right? You don't really need to stick to one thing. So you'll see in a lot of my pieces, I have wood, I have metal, I have leather, and I have suede, all in the same piece. And that's for interest. It's a visual interest that I love so much. So
Right.
mixing is part of that. It's integral.
Can I talk about some of my favorite pieces
Please.
in your collection?
Yes.
We're sitting in one.
Yes.
And
yeah.
what I love is small space scale living, the open
Right.
arms always make a room look bigger.
Right.
This is fun.
I know,
So we
yeah.
can swivel and talk.
Yeah.
And you talked about the curves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love this sofa with the curved back,
Yes.
beautiful from behind.
Yes,
Again,
yeah.
the other thing are these stools.
Yeah,
With
they're
the
fun,
skulls
huh?
on the
Yeah.
side, as fun as you are.
I love the skulls. I think anything that's a little rock star, people always call me that, so I'm going to go with it. Another thing that's really important is people see the light colors and get scared. This fabric right here is a Live Smart fabric, which means we can throw things on it. We can clean it with Windex, no lie. You can live on these fabrics because there's nothing worse than having an untouchable, unlivable space, right? We have families. People say I have kids. I'm actually probably more messy than any of my kids ever were. I want the dogs on here. I want to cuddle up. I want to watch a movie, and I also want it to be beautiful. So having that durability, functional furniture is so important to me.
What's some other tips for somebody doing a space, using some pieces, deco, scale?
Yeah. Don't be afraid of scale. You know, the number one thing that people say to me is, oh, my place is really small. So what they end up doing is finding a lot of small pieces, which makes the room look awful. Okay, so don't be afraid of that square footage. I always use the rug first. So if it's the art of the rug, but it's a lot easier for me to, if you have a really funky piece, use that as your inspiration rather than trying to match to a really funky piece.
Yeah.
Right? So when your clients have something that's like, this has to stay, use it as your inspiration piece and then work around it rather than trying to find something that will go with the crazy piece.
Thank you, Kelli.
Of course,
so
thank you
great
so
to
much.
see you.
Thank you. I love it.